Hey there viewers, my name is Torinski and welcome back to a little bit of DCSS tournament play. It's maybe the last day that I get in, a little bit more playtime on tournament schedule here. I'll have to see how the next couple of days go, of course. Might always be able to slip a little one in here or there, but let's make the most of it. Where we last left off here, we did have a pretty decent character going. Our Formi here had a pretty solid weapon underhand, getting all of our defenses up, and everything was starting to look up. That's for sure. And hey Tardret, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day so far. And also, thanks so much for Gathers for the follow right before we got on live here. Appreciate it a whole lot. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I guess without further ado, we may as well just hop right into things here, at least to start taking a look, get ourselves sorted out. He told me once I was affiliated, he said, Vince, so here you go, bro. Yeah, of course, never any pressure there, Tardret, but I appreciate that a whole lot. Thank you. Also, turns out my bits overlay thing isn't quite what I thought it was. I don't know if I set that up properly, but I appreciate that a whole lot. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Spread the love, bro. Sounds great to me. I do definitely agree with that mentality. And hey, safe it as well. Ant-Man does indeed live, if just barely every once in a while here. But we did finally get pretty strong defensively at the end of last stream, which means I can come back up, I should say, to the lair floors that we left far behind us, and hopefully be able to take on some of these hydras that were giving us trouble before. In fact, I should switch over to my sling right away with that in mind. Ever around the same amount of followers actually, love both almost at 100. Well, yeah, good luck to you getting to that 100 number. I know I'm pretty excited. Yeah, getting close for sure. Oh my gosh. The second we go downstairs, we're of course met with our welcoming party here in game. But no, I appreciate all the love and support so much. Thank you, Tardret, again for that. And immediately hitting the wrong buttons, as per usual, just like we were at the end of last session as well. But all things considered here, should be able to take out the Hydra in just a couple shots of our sling, no longer taking nearly as much damage when hits do come through on us. Perfect. And already much smoother. Yeah, you had to keep your word and throw me at least a few bits. No, thank you so much. Yeah, I do appreciate it. Definitely. I think that's actually the first bits that I've ever been cheered, so that's pretty awesome. Think you've been here since 40 followers or so? Definitely, yeah, very early on. Even earlier than that, I think, because I feel a ways from affiliate when you first came on and started showing your support and giving me some good conversations, some good music suggestions, and yeah. I appreciate those just as much as the bits. Yeah, maybe around 30, I think so. Definitely early on. Thank you so much for the compliment too. Definitely do my best to put on at least a little bit of a show here, whatever that entails. Have a good time, both playing some games as well as just chatting with all the lovely folks that come along in chat here. I guess I should say talking so that I don't repeat myself. I do try my best not to use too many of the same words, or use the same word too many times in one sentence, even though it doesn't really matter. You're not into these games, but you love to support me, then yeah, I appreciate it even more so that you show up, even if it's not your type of game. I definitely understand that it's a bit more niche for sure. I personally, of course, have a bit of a strong background in these types of games, but definitely not for everyone. I know my partner feels similar. She will come on and show her support and help me moderate these streams and enjoy talking with people in chat as well. She very much enjoys that, but not for everyone, and I in no way judge that. Maybe you'll start to like this game, who knows? Maybe one day. I definitely don't do quite as much explaining nowadays as I used to back when I first started streaming it, because I did try my best to do at least a little bit of an introduction back then, and just occasionally do little examples of explaining what the game is, but I would highly recommend it. The most beautiful part about it, of course, is just the fact that it's free. But it's not for everyone, especially depending on... I know that you do like roguelikes, since I do believe, yeah, you started watching when we were playing Isaac, so that's at least in the same vein, but definitely requires a little bit of a buy-in to figure out all the systems that interact with each other in games like this, and especially since there are pretty constant changes going on. Definitely you have to keep up a little bit. Have I streamed Isaac lately? Not for a little bit, actually. I've switched over on our Wednesday streams to... Lately it's been Monster Train every time, but it is pretty much in the similar vein of Isaac, where I've gotten okay at the very least at streaming it without having to pay too much attention to the moment-by-moment gameplay, since, yeah, on those days we definitely try our best to chat a little bit more and interact with chat as much as we possibly can. You haven't played Isaac in months, it's been a while? Yeah, no, same here. I'll probably get hooked back into it at some point, just get caught in the loop of trying to get a few more of those unlocks under my belt. That is the beautiful thing about Isaac, is much like this game actually, I found myself just consistently returning to Isaac time and time again, just over the years that it's been out. Okay, Fashion Souls time, what are we even wearing? Right, it's a little bit clashing of colors. I mean, boots to match the eyes, always a little bit nice, especially when our eyes are almost as big as our entire head. The plate, definitely not quite there. The red isn't too bad, but red, blue, gold, green, we're a little all over the place. The shield at least kind of matches, which works out for me, of course. Only unfortunate part about playing as a Formicid is that we don't get the chance to wear a helmet, and that does kind of see us lacking a little bit in what we can show off as we strut our stuff through the dungeon here. But that is all good. We'll definitely find our look, find our style as we continue on, as per usual. You miss Isaac and you're probably a little bit rusty. I'm sure I'm the same way. Gonna get a little bit trapped here if I'm not careful with this Kettle Plebis. Let's bring all these bad boys back. I guess we could always just dig through the walls. That is the one nice part about our Formicid ways. You were literally waiting for someone you like to start streaming so you could send some bits. Well, I'm very honored to be the one to do so, or to be the one that you like. That is very much something that I appreciate. So thank you so much for deeming me worthy for said bits. No, definitely. I'm very grateful for sure. And look at that. Just like that, we have to start digging like we were just mentioning here. Can continue to do that. We're actually pretty well suited against a Cataplevis now that I think about it. That was pretty sweet. For sure I deserve it. Appreciate it a whole lot. Like I said, yeah, it's gotten a couple subscriptions here or there, and some gifted, but no bits yet. So that was fun. It definitely let me know that I was a little bit lacking in terms of my planning. I tried to make overlays for each and every one of the new features when I hit affiliate, but that one somehow slipped through the cracks. That's perfect. I'll have to spend some time this weekend maybe putting together a little bit of something like that. You'd send more if you were rich. I definitely feel that. There's so many streamers that I've gotten to know little by little over my time streaming on Twitch. I didn't really watch Twitch much before I started streaming, but now whenever I raid people, I definitely enjoy sticking around and watching here and there, and I wish that I had money to support all the fantastic people that I've found through Twitch. One day, when I'm rich and famous, right? That's when I'll give back, hopefully, to the community that has done so much for me and that I appreciate a lot. It is indeed, yeah, super fun making friends on Twitch. I've never been much of a networker, and especially over social media. I'm very much more of an in-person type of people. In-person kind of person is the only way I guess that really makes sense. At least historically I have been, so it's been a bit of a change in pace, but definitely has been super rewarding, and I very much, yeah, appreciated all the connections that I've made, largely through help of community members that have pointed me in the right direction. Yeah, you were never into Twitch, but one day you tried it and it's been fun. Exactly, yeah. It's definitely a really cool sense of community here. it is very much a parasocial situation, I guess, a relationship that you can have with chat. When you're on, and I guess the reverse, even when you're just watching someone, you very much can feel like you're part of the conversation, and that's really cool. Because I do very much in real life enjoy talking to people, and don't get enough of that these days. So it's nice to fulfill some of that itch by making friends over Twitch. Hey Yunon, how's it going? Definitely going well so far. We are just hopping back into a run, continuing one that we started yesterday. So I'm hoping we can continue to do our Formicid buddy here justice. There are still a few slots left on the Nemlex choice for this combo, so if we're able to get through this game in one piece, we should be able to nail down some points for ye old clan in the tournament, which is fun, of course. You got those new emotes, nice Starterhead, like the look of them for sure. And those are, yeah, your own, the most part there, love it. I just unlocked one more emote slot the other day, and I'm still, it's been a pretty busy week in real life, so I haven't gotten around to making it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Bathroom Cow right here that we're gonna be making into an emote next, courtesy of TVD's suggestion. Really appreciated that and loved it. Where can you get the beer boon emote? Yeah, those are from Tarbitret's channel. Yes, can tell that you like beer. That's great. Me too. Definitely appreciate beer here or there. Are you pretty, are you into the craft scene at all? Or do you like, are you pretty brand loyal to something that you've always drank there? Also, totally forgot to check out this. Oh, Rift. Rift is always kind of fun. I don't think we'll use it on this character. I'm pretty committed to what we currently have, but Distortion in the Reach Plus can definitely be a little bit wacky. You drink whatever? Sounds about right. Yeah, I'm definitely not too picky myself. It's gonna be a little bit rough without poison resistance against this dragon buddy here, but let's do our best. Apparently no problem whatsoever as we absolutely destroy the first swamp dragon. Won't be going into swamp for a while though, not until we get that resistance sorted. I don't want to be confused with poison too much here. No, I definitely have pretty varied tastes for sure in terms of the beer that I drank or used to drink more so. I worked at a like little mom and pop specialty liquor store for a long time that had a really great craft beer selection, very varied, and great wine selection as well. So I definitely have an appreciation for both categories. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. To switch over to our sling first, take out this Hydra. Mostly stick to Bud Light, Corona, Miller, anything really? Nice. Always down with a Cerveza style on my end. So I do love me a Corona, especially vacation. I always think back to a time where I was visiting some family friends in Europe, and it was just constant Coronas with limes out in the sun. Absolutely beautiful. I know lately I've been drinking a lot of BC beer. British Columbia has a really good craft beer scene. Same with where my family comes from, up north in Yukon. Yukon Brewing is pretty incredible in their selection of beer. And so I definitely like a lot that they have to offer up that ways. Yeah, I prefer light beers. Yeah, it makes sense. I would say I probably lean that way. I don't mind the occasional bit of usually more on the malty side. I like the occasional red. I'm not a huge, like deep, heavy stout fan for me personally. But definitely depends on the beer, because there are some exceptions to the rule for sure. I should set up sound alerts. I can definitely check them out in the future. I know I don't want anything too disruptive on my end, just because I do really enjoy kind of the mellowness of specifically the Polybridge soundtrack that I'm always playing when playing this game. I wouldn't want to interrupt that too much, but it is definitely a fun little bit of interaction that can be added on. So I'm always willing to at least experiment, see if there's anything that I can take a look at that I enjoy. And I don't think goes against my kind of very light ethos that I've placed onto myself, even though I'm definitely never too sure what I'm doing here in general, I guess. You said it's been fun, nice. And nice, you like more multi-crafts too, like an English bitter or red ale? Nice, yeah. No, my dad's favorite are reds, so I definitely try and check them out every once in a while, if just to experiment and find some that I might be able to pass on his way. But reds are really nice because they can really run a huge range of tastes. Like I like that you can get like a super hoppy, really bitter red, or you can get like, yeah, heavy malt, deep reds as well. So that's definitely a versatile style of beer, which is really nice for sure. Yeah, you drink IPAs as well. Nice. I'm pretty into IPAs. I'm not a huge like hophead. I usually go for something slightly lower in terms of IBUs while still appreciating them here or there. Ooh, geez. Nessos, get out of my face, please. Let's immediately, I'm gonna Trog's Hand and chug a Curing, get some regeneration and get rid of that health. And I've ever tried gin and orange soda. I'm not sure with an orange soda. I've definitely had gin and orange juice. And gin, in fact, as a kid, I thought I hated gin. Not as a kid, I should say. When I was slightly younger, not a kid. I definitely didn't realize, or I didn't think that I liked gin, and for whatever reason I thought that I liked vodka, and then at a certain age I just completely flipped, and now I really don't enjoy vodka whatsoever, and I love making mixed drinks with gin in particular. Definitely is a little bit more versatile. There are lots of really like nice clean gins out there, and plus I absolutely love a good mojito. And, again, on a warm summer day, that's just an absolute delight. But in general, gin is probably one of my top choices, if not even for just myself, but for suggesting mixed drinks to people. I'll usually make them with gin because it is so versatile for sure. Yeah, gin and Fanta, nice. Definitely could try that one out sometime. It's been a while since I had Fanta in general, but it sounds good to me. I definitely see no reason why I wouldn't enjoy the combination there either. Plymouth is your favorite gin, if you can find that. Can drink it straight. Nice, yeah, there's Genever, I think, is one of my favorite gins that I had a while back. That was when I still, worked at the liquor store that I was mentioning. But I think that's the right name. But it was, so smooth. It was very much a sipping gin. Though, of course, by extension of that, it also tasted just fine in a mixed drink of almost any variety. That's, again, gin is so versatile. So many of them can be super clean in terms of taste, which I definitely enjoy. That's probably my main issue with vodka. So often all you can taste is the vodka in a mixed drink, and it really kind of takes over. Right, I forgot to put on these boots. Let's do that. So boots no longer match our eyes, but they do match our armor more. So that's kind of nice. Guess we can't do anything to change our eye color. I mean, we can because it's a video game and they do have that option, but gotta have a bit of immersive realism here. So let's say that we stick with our Formicid's current eye color. It's given here. Should also put on this cloak, get one more point of AC. I need liquor emotes, well. It might be a ways off just because I know that it's going to be a while before I can have that many, at least tier 1 emotes or emotes in general. But maybe one day I'll have to, add a few, if just to show off that side of my life. Because definitely working at liquor stores has been something that I've really enjoyed, or I used to really enjoy. And it's a great conversation topic for sure. You can go on and on. There's just so many different types of drinks out there and lots of options for sure. Drinking a Bud Light at the moment and all this talking to make a Manhattan sounds good to me, man. What do you do for emotes? You think you can have 3 tier 1 emotes? Well, it's, total number of subscribers that affect that, I believe, at the very least. But slowly but surely getting up there. We actually just hit the next tier there, and that's why we were finally able to add another one. And at least should be pretty soon here. probably again this weekend. I guess this weekend will be when I, if I have some time, that is, can explore some of the options of things that we can add and check out to our stream and have some fun with. Got a crazy stream where you got gifted like 30 subs. It was insane. Nice. That's awesome. Definitely, yeah, even just the couple of gifted subgroups that I've received from people watching, I've very much appreciated and been huge in getting me to even the point that I am already, so that's been awesome. Just chug all those potions. What could possibly go wrong? Indeed. I mean, we did just, what's the word I'm looking for? Identify our degeneration potions, so the rest of them shouldn't be bad, per se. I don't know. I've always heard mixed things about mixing potions. It can definitely be a little dangerous. That's how you can make more emotes, you suppose, as well. Yeah, no, definitely helps to have that one big swell. Because I think as soon as you unlock a tier of emotes, I'm guessing they never take it away as well. Potion miscibility table in D&D was a thing? Oh, yeah. That would, what, affect different... or potions would affect you differently based on mixing them in strange and unique ways. If it's chemistry, like that's the thing, is if you boil it down to the nitty-gritty of the pseudoscience or the science behind the potions themselves, then it would be chemistry. And if that's the case, then yeah, what kind of chemicals are in there and what combination of chemicals will cause different things to occur when you take a potion? Gotta have some hard fantasy in your D&D. Really boil down into the minutia of that stuff. Do I prefer to smoke or drink? Definitely drink. Haven't smoked in quite a while. And I'm guessing, I think we talked about this earlier, and you're mostly talking about weed there, I'm guessing. Fortunately, yeah, I do live in Canada, so it is completely legal here. But still don't find myself smoking much these days. Don't have the money to, for sure. So, unfortunately, or not even necessarily unfortunately, just as a matter of fact. So it can definitely be nice every once in a while to relax with that. But beer is something that I just enjoy the taste of far too much. Like, I don't drink much to get drunk. In fact, I can't even really remember the last time I drank to actually get drunk, versus just love the taste of beer. And especially if I can find that just perfect beer for how I'm feeling at the time, can definitely enjoy that day after day. It's probably the right way to look at it, but we just rolled on a random table and laughed when it said you turn invisible and smell like tulips for 1 hour. I love any of the random tables. I've always wanted to play a wild mage in D&D in order to have some of the ridiculous effects take place. Especially since I would probably, ideally, want to make a custom wild mage table for my character that's very thematic and appropriate. Do some silly stuff with that. I like customizing the mechanics in D&D a lot and having fun with that. Yes, but yeah, you love beer? No, me too. It's just too good tasting for my own good, for sure. Fortunately, much like everything else in life, I can't afford too much of it, and that probably keeps me healthy. It's a good thing in the long run here. Let's take some of these buddies upstairs, shall we? Yeah, Safid, we were talking about different kinds of... Oh, what was the word I was given? Because I was calling it hard sci-fi, but it's crunchy sci-fi. And so I think that I also am kind of a fan of crunchy fantasy, where I like to dig down into that, yeah, the detailed minutia of how things interact with each other and how it might work if it was in fact a real-world mechanic. Just some good silly fun for me, good thought experiments. Also, so many brand weapon scrolls down here. Holy moly. I'm gonna slowly but surely bring all my new friends up through these pillars, making sure we reduce how many we're fighting at one time, but no problems whatsoever. Right, I should be remembering to use my sling a little bit more often here. I kind of forget that I even have this available to me. But really shouldn't matter too much in the long run here. Again, this character is going really solidly now that we've gone to this stage in the game and finally sorted out our AC issues when we picked up that plus 12 plate mail in our frozen caves, I believe is where we found that yesterday. Took a lot of work to get there and definitely almost died a couple times to a few different types of simulacrum, but hey, it all paid off in the long run, and now we're just sitting pretty in layer 6 here. Guardian Spirit is actually alright, but I kind of love our current necklace here. So let's just toss that on the ground for now, shall we? And we should also drop the Scrolls of Amnesia. That was the other useless thing that we picked up. Trogno like magic, so let's not bother carrying those bad boys around. We'll just keep her moving here, slashing away. I do love Formicid so much. There's something so satisfying in this game about being able to wield a two-handed weapon in two of your hands and a giant tower shield in the other two. Cato Plebis, please stop this nonsense. At least we're now next to a wall, so we can go back to my plan, my old technique of just digging ourselves into walls whenever we get sprayed down with this petrifying, smoke. Almost messed up. Oh, that one's apparently too hard to dig through. That's good to know. We're at the edge of the map, I'm guessing there. Had to happen eventually. And perfect. Nethack ain't no thing. Oh gosh, wait, what is a Vorpal Greatsword? Okay, so many different types of greatswords, every which way this game already. Wouldn't mind maybe picking that one up, actually, now that I think about it. I didn't want to use a brand weapon scroll on our current sword because it's going pretty well, but could use it on that one. Gonna catch me later, have a good stream. No, thank you so much, Tardret, for dropping by, for chatting, and thanks again for the bits. Very much appreciate it. Hope to see you around in the future, and until then, have a great day, couple of days, few days, whenever that is. See you around. And nice, sweet little treasure vault here at the end of all things in layer 6. Definitely starting to finally pick up some speed. We were slowing down yesterday just because we were getting caught in so many areas where we weren't able to quite progress. We were running into, yeah, the Hydras here that were giving us some trouble, and then we ran into the, I think it was Jorgrun in Orc. That's stopped us from being able to head down that way. So we had to go through the dungeon, but now we are just smooth sailing for the time being. Love to see it. And there we are. So we have Swamp and Spider. Those are two branches. I'd definitely prefer to have resistance to poison before we go down them. It's not absolutely necessary by any stretch of the imagination, but it would be nice to have that. Let's see, we are at least at full piety. That's pretty solid. So we probably could head down to Orc and take out Jorgrun. That would open up potentially a few shops for us to head to and see what kind of resistances we could gain there. What else? We never found our vault's entrance, even though we went down to D15. Oh, because we shafted ourselves down to D15. So there actually is more dungeon for us to explore too. So that could definitely come in handy as a way to, or a direction for us to explore a little bit. Well, for the time being, I think I will head to Orc. Want to at least head towards that direction and then peek down the stairs here and see we are right next to a wall. Okay, that's good. So what I was thinking of doing is digging myself a little zigzag so that only one enemy can be in sight of us at any time. The Halberder will have to come right next to us. Jorgrun will have to come right next to us. Because the trickiest part about Jorgrun is the fact that we'd have to close the distance and be taking ridiculous shots the whole time. 40% chance to petrify isn't great either, of course. But we can Trog's Hand in advance, and in fact, I think I will do that. We'll head down. Ooh, we got constricted, but that's fine. We got lucky there. Let's immediately start digging through the walls, like so. Perfect. Oh. Hello, Torgren. This is awkward. Didn't expect to see you here. We could bring in a friend, and in fact, we probably should, even if just to amplify the speed at which we take this buddy out. One too many iron shots will put us in a bad place, but as is, no problem, especially since we get super lucky with the Iron Troll spawn. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I thought that Orc Warrior was going to be dead before we hit it, but that's all good. And, ooh, a Scroll of Acquirement for sale. That is real nice. We have 3 Scrolls of Brand Weapon. Did we see the Orc shops? Which ones are that? Or are you talking about there? One's down here? So far, just this bad boy has shown up. First one. In fact, I don't know. Have we seen any other shops? Just one other shop in the game so far, and I don't think it had anything useful here. But yeah, no, just the scroll shop, which indeed is pretty awesome. Scroll of Acquirement, I mean, I don't know if I want to spend money, because there could be anything in the deeper floors. And with 3 brands, are we living the Executioner Axe dream now? It is very tempting to switch over to axes. Yeah, we were talking yesterday about if you get an Executioner Axe with like Vampiric brand on it, it becomes absolutely absurd. I guess any brand really, because you're getting that ridiculous cleave damage. And I mean, at a certain stage in the game, we'll probably run out of places to put experience. I mean, how quick are we attacking with this 2-handed sword? Already under once per turn. That's not too bad. But for the time being, I'm going to focus on defensive skills, and then we do actually have an Executioner's Axe. I looked that up. We brought one out of the frozen caves with us. That was there along with the amazing body armor that we found. So it is kind of tempting to try it out. I might use one of the brand scrolls on a double, or not a double sword, but a 2-handed sword, a great sword. And then I also want to save one potentially for a triple sword. If we're able to find one of those bad boys, I might stick with what we have going here. The one issue with cleave is, while that's normally incredible and you can do fun stuff with it, we can always dig ourselves little corridors in which we're fighting one-on-one, in which case I would probably rather be using long blades, but we're not all about playing optimal here. We definitely like to have a little bit of fun, so I'll have to keep an eye out for some of the more flavorful things that we can do in that regard. I think I will buy the Scroll of Acquirement though. The only thing I wanted to check was how many Identify Scrolls do I want to buy? Ooh, we have one on us, so let's just use that, and I want to buy 4. Which is exactly what they have for sale, so I'm just going to hit all 4 of those bad boys, and I'm going to spend the money on the acquirement now. We should be good to just save up money for any good things that appear in the future. But with these, we can get the rest of our potions identified. Finding Brilliance is actually nice because it's just something we can drop. Inventory won't be quite as full. Same with Potion of Berserk Rage and Potion of Magic. We could keep around if we end up going with a Guardian Spirit type amulet, but for the time being, not so useful for this character. So there we go, we can free up some room. And let's read that acquirement scroll, shall we? We have the Ladajang of Order, so that's actually another fun thing that we could switch into, because unlike most characters, we're able to use the Ladajang in one hand, and it's one of the few, is it now the only source of resistance to mutation these days? Worshipping Xin or using Xin's Lajatang. I always mix up the T and the J consonants, always get mixed up in my head, but it's Lajatang. Lajatang. Try and internalize that. But that could be kind of silly fun as well, especially it's only one of the only silver melee weapons in the game as well. Nice way to look at it, we just increased our inventory by 3 slots. Like, that would be an incredible find if it was equipment. Definitely, yeah. Definitely for me, I have so many issues in this game with inventory management. It's a constant battle, to say the very least. But let's see, I could go with the Lajatang. I think I'm dipping my toes into too many pools here. Would be fun. Let's just examine that real quick. It's -3 base accuracy, but the base damage is incredible on Latch Tangs. They start to hit pretty fast at relatively low skill, just 14. Maybe we'll take this and just use it to fight orbs even. Because a manual of dodging would probably be our other choice, just get us more defensive skill, but we'll be fine. So I think, yeah, I agree with you, Enon. I think that that's the way to go here. Have some fun. They are easy to train for sure. Last time I suggested that, you grab some other Anrart that I never used. It's very likely that I'll never use this one too. But hey, we can carry it around, right? Even just use it if we have to spend a few turns like approaching an enemy that has Malmutate. That could be pretty half decent in its own right. Oh, that is a trident you're wielding. Okay. Let us bring you bad boys backwards with us, shall we? We can even switch over here to our Curare bolts. Hit this orc buddy with that, and that will allow us to, in turn, switch over to our sling, and let's have some fun, shall we? Still haven't bothered training slings whatsoever this game, but that has been just fine. You have a +2 Vorpal Axe. That's not too bad, I don't think, especially as soon as that might runs out. I'm feeling much more comfortable in fighting in a warrior. Turns out even with might, should have been totally comfortable fighting a warrior. Ain't no thing. Let's keep her going here. +2 Greatsword. Ooh. I've kind of been waiting for that here. Because I wanted to have a greatsword that we could use our brand weapon on without losing our current brands. So we have our one cold one and our one holy branded one, both of which can be very useful in the future. It's nice to have the flaming or the freezing brands on these really high base attack damage weapons, because that is where we see the most use out of them. But, wait, did I pick that up or no? I probably forgot to, right? Oh, yes, I did indeed forget to. Grab that greatsword, and let's see what kind of brand we can get. We'll use one of these brand weapon scrolls here. Venom. Not great in general. Could be nice in Spider. But I'm guessing in Spider we'll also just be absolutely murdering any spider as long as we can hit them one time. So might be a little bit of a null point in that regard, but we'll have to see. Keep things open. Hey AWOD, how's your day going? Hope it's been fantastic so far. It's nice to see ya. Still alive with our Formicid buddy here, which is good. And there are even still some of the Nemlik's choice slots open in both individual and in clan, so ideally we can get a win going today. Pretty good, thanks. Love to hear it. Especially since, from what I understand, it's been a pretty rough week in general for most people this week. It's been a busy one or just stressful at work and things like that, so any and all positivity is fantastic to hear. It's weird how universal those kinds of weeks can be, where I'll talk to, multiple people who all kind of feel that same way towards a random week. I don't even think it was for any specific reason. It just seemed to be a bit of that kind week, I guess. Words failing me a little bit as I try and describe my thoughts there, but that's okay. What else is new? Also, who's keeping spiders in a cage? Interesting group of orcs here for sure. And that should be just about everything. Let's keep it going. I think we'll be good for the next branch of orc here as well. We can try and get a little bit creative if we see too many high priests or sorcerers here. So what I want to do is back up. Let's see, what do you do again? Do you confuse and something else probably? You paralyze, which we're immune to. Very cool. But because I don't want you summoning too many demons, what we can do, start digging ourselves into the wall a bit here and let them come to us. Perfect. That is what you love to see. And in fact, they did end up summoning a demon that we were able to completely avoid. So, might have failed there. They did summon the demon before they found us, or maybe that was actually, now that I think about it, after they popped around the corner. The main thing is you want to get into your little cubby hole before they have a chance to summon, because then they'll spend all their turns just approaching you and not have any fluff to get in your way of taking out those squishy wizards. Especially since Trog does oh so much appreciate whenever we do so. Let's just keep it going. Smooth so far, though of course we haven't ran into the actual final vault area yet, at least it doesn't seem so. I also should be using my slings as enemies approach. Sure, we're being efficient here at least a little bit in the easiest way possible. Doesn't exactly cost us anything. And ooh, could break into this vault from a different place than usual, potentially. No, it might be surrounded by the thicker stone walls, so scratch that. But what I might do is in advance here, set up. Oh, dang it, that's as far as we can go, hey? So the game is not going to let me do exactly what I was hoping for here. That should be fine. Might try and find another wall that we can do that, just so that we can lead all of the scarier priests on a merry chase. Make sure we're not getting... Oh, I did this the other day. Smitten doesn't seem right to me because it would mean that I was falling in love with the orc priests, which I mean it is right, but not what I'm trying to convey here. So I do think it's smote. I don't want to be smote too much by the orc priests. Slightly different conjugation for a slightly different definition, even though that's not always the case with words. Language is weird, specifically the English one, super messed up. But it's fun to play around with the etymology of words for sure, how they all fit together. That is a whole lot of priests, holy cow. Hello, friends. So I am gonna try to slowly but surely walk my way back. I did get hit quite a few times with said smite, of course. There we go. Now I'm gonna Trog's Hand, give us some regeneration as well. Perfect. I feel pretty confident just taking these buddies on one at a time here. Hello, friends. Yeah, wait your line, or wait your turn in queue here. Thank you very much. Perfect. So many items in this pile. Let's actually take a look at that screen. Not bad, not bad. And let's try and add to that, shall we? Only smitten under BO. That's very true, yes. I'm always smitten by BO for sure. The reason why we worship them so frequently. Or pretty much every chance we get, I should say. Because it's not that frequently that I find myself playing Hill Orcs in the first place, but when I do play Hill Orcs, I'm definitely falling in love with the one and only true deity of the game. Praise be to BO. Onwards we go. Let's try not to risk ourselves quite as much as that one encounter when we first breached this tunnel here. Getting the smites coming down from like 6 orc priests all at the same time. Not great. Not exactly what we're looking for at the very least. But let's lead all our friends back to our cubby hole. Hello, hello. Yes, come one, come all. Perfect. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like any of the high priests followed. That is who I was hoping to lead this ways. Okay, do I have any fire resistance? I do actually. Nice. And no problem taking that buddy out. Lead the high priests in on their own. Love to see it. Oh, let's get back in here. Not taking any risks with these high priests. I don't want them summoning too many demons, and I don't want them making me fall in love with them too much here. Get absolutely smitten. Smitten as a kitten, as they say. But, perfect. I do believe that we've managed to attract, in a turn of fate, we've managed to attract the orc priest to us instead this time around, which is perfect. Oh my gosh. In fact, oh my gosh, to fight some of these demons, I probably should be switching over to my holy branded sword, now that I think about it. That would make sense. But that is all good. It's working, right? So don't exactly have to complain. Slowly but surely adding to our ridiculous pile of loot that we're hoarding over in our little cubbyhole. But maybe, is that the last of the high priests? At least getting down there. Looks like it. Not too bad. And oh my gosh, okay. So there is crystal plate armor, but not great enchantment. I'm so sad to see the Hat of the Bear Spirit on this run. That's a shame. Would love to wear that, of course. That would have been nice. But with even that aside, we could get another just slightest bit worse pair of plate armor. But this one has negative cast, which again, negative that doesn't affect us. Negative tele, negative cast, who gives a dang on this character? But regen and slay plus 5 is pretty awesome. Because what is our current one? Is slay plus 3, and what else? Arlek, ooh. Oh wait, no, that's my amulet. It's just strength plus 4. Oh my gosh, I really want that plate armor. That is incredible. We'll have so many slay bonuses going. That's really good indeed. No, absolutely incredible. Here, my eye was drawn first to the crystal plate, but who gives a dang about that? Also, scroll of acquirement. Oh my gosh, game. This is a stacked orc. Well. Potion-wise, shouldn't need any of those. Potion-wise here. Heal wounds is nice. Okay, let's take a look. We're pretty close to being able to afford this, I believe, right? We are indeed. But I don't see the harm in losing 100 gold. It's not too bad. Heal and haste, always good. Almost always good for sure. Heal, definitely. Haste, not so much for our ant buddy here, but no, any other character that would have been a huge boon, to say the least. I'm not sure. I know the seeding works different on online runs. I can only get my seed after I've beaten a run, correct? So I'll have to make sure to grab that just for anybody who's interested in trying the seed out, because it's absolutely ridiculous already.